Hello, and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss exactly how much a human life is worth. Now, life is precious, and you are priceless, just like your grandmother has told you all those years at Christmas. But economists estimate that if you could capture every piece of your body, you are worth a whopping $45 million. Of course, you could be rarer than that. Ted Slavin was always sick and in and out of the hospital with hemophilia, an inherited blood clotting disorder. In these blood transfusions, he unknowingly contracted hepatitis B and fought it off again and again, developing antibodies that he later sometimes sold and, at other times, donated to research to develop a vaccine for his condition. And he's not alone. Most people have one of the standard blood types, consisting of a mixture of A, B, O, and either a negative or positive Rh. Others have Rh null blood. You see, the positive and negative represent the D antigen. The rarest blood type has no antigens whatsoever, making it priceless, to the point of donating being necessary, or you may not have any blood when you go into surgery. But these are rare cases. The ordinary person has not lived through multiple bouts of a previously incurable illness, or been blessed or cursed with blood more valuable than gold. But your body is still worth more than you might think. Organ donation in the United States alone leaves one organ for every 3 people on the waiting list. The major organ everyone is seeking is a kidney. Over 80% of all organ donation requests are for a kidney, which would cost approximately $262,000 each. But there are many other donations that you can make. A heart, $1 million. Liver, $557,000. Skin, $10 per inch. Eyes, $1,500 each. Face transplants, $465,000, and more. All in all, you are a very valuable thing. Of course, this is if you are a perfect match to the perfect transplant recipient. This leaves a large wealth gap. Testing for a match can easily cost more than $50,000, and if you are not a match, it'll need to be done again. This makes body trafficking very lucrative. It puts Squid Game in a whole new light. So it's expensive, you say. If I'm going to have to search for a match like a figurative needle in a haystack, why don't I just make my own? After all, I've always loved the Bicentennial Man. Well, you are not alone. The 3D printer came along in the 1980s, just a bit before Robin Williams used it to change from robot to human. Since then, scientists have printed organoids, cardiac cells, and microfluidics. Currently, ears, bones, skin, and corneas are in clinical trials. Other organs are further away, but none of these options allow your new organ to be customized to you. But all is not lost. Scientists have still progressed to add vasculature into the mix. A new technology allows scientists to abandon the method of printing from the top down or bottom up and begin free-form printing. So, let's say you're on the donor list and can't get a 3D printed organ. What's next? Purchasing one. So you look in the local classifieds. Nothing. Until you notice some graffiti that looks suspiciously like an advertisement on the abandoned building you pass on your way home. It may seem like you're in a strange land, and you'll probably be right. Iran is the only country to allow its citizens to sell their own organs, and their advertisements are filled with relevant information, such as blood type and phone number. But you aren't going to pay top dollar for this kidney. The sale of organs is regulated by the government with a database of donors and recipients where an organ is sold at a fixed price of $4,600. Unless you want to get into some shady business. After all, the organ needs to be a perfect match, and deals are often cut in back alleys to get what is needed. But what about dead bodies? This is the question that has been asked about the touring exhibit called Real Bodies. Real Bodies claims to be an educational exhibit that showcases bodies in motion, without the skin. While some think it is too close to a horror film, others are fascinated by what the bones, tendons, and muscles look like when we are playing sports, eating dinner, laughing, and more. Exhibits include meticulously dissected veins, arteries, and nerves, and even a full-body MRI. But the question that sticks in the back of most viewers' minds is, who is that skinless man eating potato chips? Real Bodies has been under scrutiny for years with rumors regarding prisoners, executions, and other nefarious crimes. In the House of Lords in the UK, it was voiced aloud that these souls were probably executed Chinese prisoners. This comment was made in reference to a new proposal that all body parts transported in the UK would need to show proof that they were ethically and legally obtained. The proposal was made after a tribunal found evidence that prisoners in China were losing their organs to the black market while still alive. In New York, the exhibit was suspended in 2008 until an investigation concluded, but it has since reopened under the condition that any future bodies would need to come with documentation. No new bodies are on display as of January 2021. Cadavers in the United States can be priced anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, much less than the price of a single transplantable kidney. So, you don't have a spare cadaver lying around for some quick cash? I can't imagine why not. This was the main ethical dilemma that ravaged Britain in the 1800s. Anatomists and surgeons needed cadavers to study the human body and save lives in a world where there were dire religious consequences for your soul. William Burke and William Hare capitalized on the elderly and sick in their apartments, as well as copious amounts of alcohol, to commit 16 murders over 10 months, quickly learning that, just as in modern times, the fresher, the better. That was, of course, highly unethical, much as it is now. But hopefully things will change. The future may be printed organs and ethically sourced cadavers solely for the pursuit of science. But until a replacement heart is easier to obtain, you can take pride in the fact that you are, just like your mother always said, priceless. Thanks for watching and subscribe for new videos. We'll see you again soon.